Okay, this right here is a hot-cold blend door actuator, maybe known by other things as well. This one happens to be out of a 2012 Chevy Captiva. It only blows cold air. It will not switch over to hot. This right here actually runs a valve inside there, or a door, to turn the heat on or allow the cold air to come through your vents. There's also one of these on the vent control side, which goes between defrost vents and floor. Identical. So these have been known to fail. There is a way that you can pop them open. I'm going to try to show you how to do that and see what I have found. Right now, this little castle shaped is in the center of travel. There's a tick mark at the top, and these marks at the side are pretty much 180 degrees of travel. So I might have to pause, set it down, and show you once I get this open. What I'm going to do is carefully pry in here while pushing these tabs in all the way around to release the gray from the black cover. Hold on. Essentially what I'm doing is carefully prying these open with these tabs all pushed in. I'll go around until they're all released, and then this top portion comes off. Here you can see where the power comes in, and this is essentially a variable resistor, a little gear drive with a DC motor. What it does is it applies the 12 volts to the two terminals, and then it reverses the polarity to change the direction that it opens up. So with this pulled out, easing the pins out of the holes, I can access the gear drive here. This pushes in through here. There's a little notch in here, so when this goes back together, it keys up. And like I say, this is a variable resistor. Okay. There are little tabs around here, a little bit of dielectric grease. Sometimes I'll take this grease and save it and reuse it. I'll reapply that. I'll just put it somewhere where I can re-smear it on there. There are little pins right here, I don't know if you can see those, that are melted, essentially melted over. If you're careful, I'm trying to do this so you can see it on camera. Take a small needle nose and pinch around so possibly those pegs can fit back through the hole. Yeah, it's just off screen, isn't it? Essentially, I am squeezing the plastic. Now you could just totally cut these off and then glue it back together. Whether it really needs to be glued back together or not, I wish my camera didn't tilt down so much. Alright, now what you want to do is carefully pry this open. Don't pry so deep that you might damage the variable resistor, however. Okay, I got that one to release. Got that one to release. That one to release. And the final one. Down like that. Okay, what you can see here, this is a variable resistor, and there's little fingers here. Okay, there's some more of that dielectric grease here. I'm just going to keep that, as well as everything that's on the front here. You can see that there's tracks where that has been running. I'm going to smear all that grease off. If it's really filthy, just get new stuff. But let's see how well I can clean this track up. I'm using a little bit of acetone to clean that track up, and there it looks a whole lot better. Okay, these little fingers here I want to clean up. I'm really going to inspect that. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Those little fingers, the outer ones tend to wear a little bit more. What I'm doing, I'm holding this so I don't pry this brass piece off here, but I want to get under here and spring these a little bit more tension towards the circuit trace. I'm going to inspect these with an eye loupe. I'll look at it really close, and they don't look too bad. So after I have all that dielectric grease that I've wiped off and saved, I reapply it in a nice uniform layer. Okay, then this can go back together. That's clicked in there deep enough. Now if you wanted to, I suppose you could melt these back over, these little pegs. I don't feel that's necessary. I then take and make sure this gets keyed up. So when I drop these back through the holes, whoops, these holes right there that are in the black case, I want to make sure that those are lined up with the pins. And there I have it back in so it's all flush. Okay, before I snap the cover back on, I'm going to show you how these move. You can actually index this by pulling it back apart, rotating it so this is up near the center of travel, the tip of that little portion. This may work with other models too, but this can also be moved electronically with a small 9-volt battery. Essentially, the black and the red wire down there are going to these, I believe these first two pins. If I apply 9 volts to here or 12 volts to here, this will rotate, and I can rotate that to center and test it out. Now the rest of these pins are for the variable resistor, so the car knows whether you're at defrost or panel or floor. Hopefully this works. I may make a small video showing their installation. However, there are a lot of other videos out there on the internet about removal and installation of these devices. Hope it works for you.